Welcome to Ask a Puppy Trainer Show. This is where we answer all of your questions about puppyhood. I'm Bethany.
And I'm Sparky from the Puppy Academy. We're excited you're here. And now, let's get to the show.
And welcome to Ask a Puppy Trainer Show. Episode 232.
Perfect. I had a client, well, not even from Puppy Academy, reference something that we did on our live show like 3 weeks ago. One, I wasn't here for. She goes, yeah, and it was episode 229. And I was like, yeah, okay, I love that.
Love it.
People are watching the videos and using it.
Love it.
We do love it.
And you can see the replays, and the full episodes are on YouTube.
I want to start with Kansas Labradoodles, mainly because I really, really, really loved your question, but we don't have age in breed.
We have breed.
We have breed, but we don't have age.
It's a standard
honestly,
poodle.
That matters more than anything else. So we're not going to answer that question, but Kansas Labradoodles, if you're on, please throw us an age. It helps us answer your question a little bit better.
Yeah, the age of, and you can actually send like a few, like if you go back, you can send a few in a row with some details if you want. But if we at least knew the age, that would be helpful. It's so different.
She's here. That's what I like to see. 4 months old or 4 years old?
Oh, 4 years old. Puppy training show.
Yeah, puppy training, guys.
Sorry if it's not 4 months. We can't help. Just to stay focused. We could do an adult show. We could do the Adult Academy. Whoa, no. I'm vetoing that name. I didn't say that.
The Adult Academy?
Yes. Sorry about that. But yeah, it would be such a different answer.
Yeah.
It would be such a different answer that nobody could relate to. On here. Okay.
Jessica. Almost like it's Jessica. All right. My 6-month-old pup was doing great in his kennel on a schedule like you talked about. Now he has decided 2 hours is long enough in his kennel, starts crying and eventually barking, but comes out being naughty like he still needs sleep. How do I get him back on a 1 to 2 hours up in 3-ish hours kennel? I work from home. He has his own space with the white noise machine while in the kennel. He gets plenty of playtime and training with us. I'm at a loss. Please help. 6-month pup. So that's getting to an age where you're hitting a big adolescent stage, and the training and the amount of exercise you were doing prior, it may not be enough now. It's almost like at like the 6 to 8 month phase. That's where I start kind of blocking up almost an hour of like exercise, training, a little bit more exercise, some enrichment, some like sniff time, some potty time, and then back to even a little bit more training. You got to kind of bounce back and forth. So even if you're putting your dog in the crate and you're noticing that they're really carrying on, I think you're maybe hitting some overstimulation. I could be wrong. It could just be them kind of waking up and being like, I don't want to be in here. A lot of simple walking up and just, hey, tapping the top of the crate. That is the crate, not the dog. Don't hit the dog, but top of the crate. Hey, settle down. You might get them to go right back to sleep, and that was just them testing their boundary. But if it's not that, very likely is you probably need to do a little bit more work on the time that they're out. They might be overstimulated. The reason I'm picking that, I know.
You're going 100 miles an hour.
I'm taking a breath. The reason I'm picking that is because you said when you bring them out, they're super naughty and overstimulated. So it makes me think that they might be going back in the crate with still some overstimulated energy, or just energy that we have to deplete. What do you think?
I think that you need to, even if you've stopped doing this, you need to start putting a leash on him in crate. So what I would do is I would open the crate door 2 inches, and if he poked his nose through, I would shut it. 2 inches, shut it. 2 inches, shut it. He keeps going. I would do a few extra inches and a little bit of momentum behind it. So because that would tell me he's not very sensitive to spatial pressure, at least not when it comes to crate. And this will help him actually back off a bit. And then when he backs off, you're going to open it a little more, step in. If he goes for it, step out, shut the door. So you're going to spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes doing this if he's really rowdy, till he stays back. And that's only step 1. On your first day doing this might be tough, but it gets so fast after a few days, because you have to practice it every time he comes out of crate. Every time, even for a quick potty. Then you're going to take, say you had the leash around your neck, then you're going to take the leash and you're going to reach in and he's going to try to get out. You might need to sandwich up the leash and your legs in there so he doesn't. But if he does, you'll just put him back in. But you're going to clip the leash to flat collar, or if you use a training tool or something, martingale, slip lead, whatever it is, that goes on. Then you shut the door again. And you do it all again while you're holding the end of the leash. 2 inches, shut to, opening up, and add some body language and moving in if he's just pushing. Maybe you don't get a sit or a down because he's so amped. What I want is just a mental back off. Once he does that, you're not done yet. You say, let's go. A calm let's go, not let's go. Let's go. So it ends on the low. And he's going to fly out, and you're going to turn around and put him right back in. You know he doesn't need to potty. It's only been an hour to 2 hours, and, unless he drank a huge pail of water or something. And so you're going to go in and you're going to do it all again. It'll happen much faster this time. Say, let's go. He's going to fly out, turn around, back in, close door, not the latches, just shut the door for spatial pressure, open it. He stays back. Let's go. You're going to do that till he walks out of crate. So you reward whatever mindset you're getting. You could be getting this purely from the adrenaline and hormonal changes of a 6-month-old male mixed with letting him just fly out of crate. Then you open the bedroom door, flies out the bedroom door, runs to the back door, opens the door. Even if he's sitting, even if he waits for permission, the brain is charged because he's running from point A to point B, point A to point B. And so get him on that leash, and then you do the whole thing again with any door that opens. The bedroom door starts to open. He goes through, block, close door. He can look at an open door, breathe, say, let's go. He flies out, turn, back inside, shut door. You starting to get my drift? That is what you need to do in combination with what he said. And I think what he said was, yes, longer spending time with him. Look at it as stacking. So instead of 15, 20 minutes, I knew you were reaching for that word. I knew what you were trying to do, and that's why you were rolling.
2010.
I knew what you meant. And instead of doing like your 15 minutes of play or training and then potty and free time rotation back and crate, you've reached another level. So you don't necessarily have to do more. I don't know, maybe you should, but you need to take your little staccata, sessions through the day, if that's what you're still doing in puppy mode, and put them together twice a day, and then maybe some fetch in the middle of the day.
That will get you those longer crate windows, and also longer activity time windows as well.
Because I'm wondering if he's truly feeling tired and relaxed when he goes back in crate, or have you just barely taken the edge off the energy, and he's struggling when he goes back in.
So it's add to that too before you end.
So it might be like 30-minute walk, 15-minute play, 5 to 10-minute training session. You're training on your walk as well, but like an indoor, I might just do house patterning. We call crate house. So it might just be house, sit down, let's go, turn house 5-10 minutes. I've already taken him out to potty. I unclip the leash and shut the door, and I've ended my 1 hour. Maybe try doing that twice a day, and then just potty breaks and maybe a little play midday, and see how that goes. That's how I'd start looking at that.
I want to know, when you put your dog in the crate, are they doing a really heavy pant? Like they're mentally exhausted, physically exhausted, almost like they just can't do another thing? Because I'm not even sure if that's necessarily a good thing in this situation.
Are you rollerblading? Like, that's not what we're talking about.
And well, even if not that, I did a training session yesterday, and the entire session, the Bernedoodle, or the Bernese Mountain Dog, big dog, very energetic. By the time we stopped training, the dog was panting, but it just seemed almost like anxiety. Like there was not a moment of settling. And if I put that dog in the crate, I honestly think that it would have been overstimulated, taking a bit longer to settle, and it was probably waking up occasionally with anxiety. Yeah. So I noticed that at the end of the session,
it would be different.
Place
it would be different
for 5-10 minutes, and not every dog's gonna be able to lay on place and lay down and settle, but putting your dog on a leash, having them in your environment, and just teaching them how to kind of decompress from the training and the exercise, that's you actually teaching them how to be calm outside of crate before going into crate. So I don't usually put dogs in the crate if they're super overstimulated or just absolutely mentally fried, heavy pant. I want to get that brain to settle first outside of crate, and then put them in crate.
Yeah.
I thought about that Bernese Mountain Dog last night, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's so common for young dogs to get overstimulated.
And you'll know, like, if you might be overdoing it on the exercise, underdoing it on the mental. You'll know because you'll start to, it'll look more like anxiety, exhaustion. But anyway, okay, we should move on.
Well, just one more piece.
Okay.
I had to stop using food. I had to use one treat for every 4 commands, and the dog's eyes, like, undilated.
That can help
panting
too.
slowed down, and the dog actually laid by her feet and would take food every, like, minute or 2. So that was the last part.
I've got a lot of questions on, Instagram that I want to get to. So
I got one.
You can wait. No, I'm just kidding. We'll tie back to you after this one. Labradoodle lady said that she is planning on getting another standard poodle puppy. How can I train to recognizing just the poodles and the breeds? Train them to prevent barking at everything excessively. That's a very broad question, Kansas Labradoodles. But if I give you a general answer with like some ending stuff. What I just talked about with that other woman with like slowing the dog down, recognizing when the dog's hormones are changing and adapting very quickly to the style in which you're working with your dog. That's one of them. The other thing that I like to do with puppies is honestly 2 main things. Yes, we do have an online school where we teach all this stuff. But my favorite thing to work with a new puppy, brand new puppy, or a puppy that goes through a tough phase of starting to become reactive, which is usually from nervousness. And then during adolescence, it turns to more territorial issues, like it has some gusto behind it. But if you see it, usually under 5 months old, sometimes it's the breed. And then a lot of times it comes from some nervousness. But anyway, it's over, under, through. So over, under, through is taking a puppy and literally guiding them over, under, and through things. No, I'm not trying to be ornery, but you find different surfaces. Like in our program, I roll up a towel. I get a ladder. Sometimes the ladder is up where they go under it. Sometimes they step on it. Sometimes I flatten it. They have to walk over it. Flat surfaces, water surfaces. You guys have seen those fun breeder things on Instagram, right? Where some of these really excellent breeders that charge a chunk of change, rightfully so, for their puppies, they've got these like courses, bursting through water bottle pits and walking through water to get to food. And like they have all these obstacles, and it is to condition resiliency and confidence in the dog. So that's one of the things. The other thing is to follow me around. I'm going to nurture, follow me like crazy, paired with my crate training. I'm going to make sure that I don't spoil the puppy and hold them, for big portions of the day. I will work on handling, and I will give massages, and I will praise them when they're calm, but I do not grab the dog for my own emotional needs and hold them because I love them. I've got, I get a cat. So there's that aspect to it. And then there's the spatial pressure awareness. You can start teaching that from day one because they're animals. They already know it. We are the ones who ruin that and have them in our laps all the time and they lose it. So waiting at crate door, waiting at front door, back door, I teach to an 8-week-old puppy. The only reason I wouldn't is I have gotten some shut down, like weak-minded 8-week-old puppies, like from a genetic perspective, they've got issues. Then I adjust that. I layer it later after I've built their confidence up, but that is very rare. I absolutely adjust for what I'm seeing. And the final thing I would say is as they hit that 3, 4, 5 month mark, don't focus so much on the heel, sit down, stay. Let them be on a long lead at a park, in your yard, wherever, and go out and away from you. Call them back, piece of food, and then let them go again. Call them back. Go to an outdoor mall on a light day and let them do that over and over and over again. Instead of their first time at the mall, you're holding them back on harness, trying to feed food and sit and heel. So those are, that's like my flash quick tips. Does it actually target reactivity? No, but it is to help. Yeah, it's to help set your dog up for the best possible.
There's very limited advice we can give on an online show for correcting reactivity, but prevention is kind of our big goal for puppies. I just want to add one thing. Training in the beginning of a dog's life isn't about routines. You're not doing 15-minute training sessions. You are doing a training lifestyle for the first 8 months of your dog's life, because that's the 2 first big stages of adolescence.
Yeah.
The minute you think of it as training routines, people run into these issues more often, just in my experience as a trainer.
Yeah, I agree. You want to do yours? Because I've got several on Instagram that I want to bust through. But I don't want to ignore you, tickety-tack.
Oh, mine are very similar. Okay. This is from Kelly Renegard. Shoot, I messed it up. Okay. How much time should my 5-month-old puppy spend in and out of kennel? That one's really just up to the dog, the size, the breed, the age, their bladder control.
It's up to the dog?
Oh, it's up. It kind of is up to the dog a little bit. How long can they actually hold their bladder for?
It depends.
Age, size, breed, that all does matter. If I have a small dog, I'll probably cut that time in half. If it's a...
If you really need details on that for your specific case, because
5-month-old lab, I would do 3 hours in, 1.5 hours out.
Because you're struggling, we have an online school, and we go over all of that stuff individually with our clients as needed.
I like how I said lab, so that's a very generalized large breed dog.
Yeah.
If I have a Shih Tzu, I'd probably do 2 hours in and maybe 45 minutes to an hour out of crate.
All right. Sorry, I've got a lot I want to make sure I start at the top so I don't forget anybody. Patty and Hart, if you're still here. I have our sweet male and female Shih Tzus are poop eaters. We have them pad trained. We catch the poo as fast as possible, but they make huge messes. They are aggressive about it. Well, I mean, this doesn't sound like puppies. I mean, puppies is all preventative. So we put them on leash. We take them to the pee pad or outdoor. And so we're picking it up right away, and we're crate training them to prevent like this habit as much as possible. I understand sometimes it still happens with dogs. If it sounds like your dogs might be adult though. So I'm not sure. There are things that you can sprinkle on poo or food that make poo taste a certain way. I don't know much about them, but you could try them.
Coprophagia is what she's talking about. Copraphagia. The other one is pineapple juice, but you got to be very careful with small dogs.
Yeah.
Because pineapple juice is toxic to every dog in large quantities, or too much of it for a small dog. But it's used in coprophagia in a lot of those ones, so...
Try that.
They use it in some degree.
Deuce Quattro a 1. I have a littermate. Why? No, okay, sorry. Male and female. If anybody's wondering why we were like, why I'm making a joke, look up littermate syndrome.
It's one of the toughest things you'll ever deal with.
Female and male, 13-week-old small poodle mix. Male does great in crate. She whines though every time she sees someone walking around. Think of it like a child, putting a child to sleep. And I know, like, just go with me here. I know some people are like, sunshine, so they know light and day. No. My kid was in a dark room in the beginning because she would not sleep if she saw light either. And so dark room, sound machine going, maybe it's raining in the sound machine, whatever, fan, humidifier, something to make noise. So you got like 2 sounds. You've got one to drown out you walking around. Cover the crate completely. If they pull in fabric, there are some other options that you can do. You can even, I know it's a pain, but you can even buy individual hard crate pads to prop up against the crate. They can't be able to look under and through and see movement under the door. So they have to be like on the other side of the bed, and the crate is covered, and you're playing something to drown out outside noises, and then maybe playing talk radio. And I don't mean like smooth jazz, like something like 2 people talking that could kind of help them zone out. That would be my first thing that I would have you try in your situation. And then make sure you're following a structured crate training routine where they never fly out of crate. We teach crate. If you rewatch this, you will hear the whole crating bit with another woman that was struggling with the energy of her 6-month-old. So make sure that you're following that calm crating routine. Do you have anything to add?
No, because it's a can of worms. He didn't ask about littermate syndrome. He just asked about the barking.
Yeah, so. Don't go into littermate syndrome.
Ask that next week.
Okay. Let's see. I just got to skip. I already did that one. I don't know. It did say it was struggling earlier, but...
Hopefully Instagram's not frozen.
Hopefully not.
Well, people are joining.
Somebody want to give us like a something?
Or people are just exiting and joining back in
wave,
because their screens are frozen.
Something.
Starkeen Adventures has missed missing you guys.
Oh, I love Spark.
Hopefully Spark is doing good.
I'm going to steal that dog.
We do like Spark.
One of my favorite dogs here ever. Okay. Jay Cahal?
Jay Cole.
Sure.
You gotta give it like the accent. Cool.
Okay.
Sure. Harley Log says I'm still here.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, I love it.
Just want to make sure that we were like frozen. Okay. How to help a 5-month-old male on walks distracted by everything, even the wind. Wind is hard for dogs.
Wind is really tough.
Especially in LA when we get the Santa Anas.
Remember, your dogs can smell 10 miles downwind. So if that wind's hitting them in the face, that has smells from downwind.
Distracted and sometimes scared, 5-month-old. So I am going to probably, unless this is a really, really small breed dog. Do I have a breed? No, I don't. Unless it's a really small breed dog, I'm probably doing something where I have head control, some type of training tool. There are many, even on 5 months old. Just go watch 2 to 3 hours of different training tools and decide what you want, how to use it, so I can redirect the head.
You need to be able to have that dog be scared and then turn the head and eventually be able to work them down so they can take food, hopefully.
If you feel like you have a good relationship with your dog inside, like the dog can be on leash, taking food from you, doing place duration, crate down, come. If you're doing all of that inside and having some success, I'd probably go with gentle leader. But if you haven't built that foundation inside, do not go with gentle leader.
No, it's one of the hardest tools to actually introduce for dogs not to hate it.
But it's great
once
too.
you get them good at it,
Yeah.
it's a phenomenal tool.
But you need a combination of building up their confidence, and a lot of that comes from leadership. Like if you don't lead your dog, guys, is more general advice. If you don't lead your dog, stop at thresholds, sit down, come, sit, and wait for food, and wait at crate door. If you guys don't apply these things, then they're not going to see you as a leader. And then you go outside and they're nervous or they're reactive, and you're like, no, don't be scared. They're like, okay, what are you going to do about it? You don't lead in any other situation, and so.
Where you train your dog is where your dog is going to be good.
Yeah.
So if you don't train outside, you just walk outside, that's not training. Walking is not training. You have to train the walk in a more controlled environment, like a backyard, a front yard, driveway, where you hit the sidewalk and that wind gusts by and your dog gets scared and you turn and you work them on the driveway where the wind is being blocked by a wall for 5-10 minutes. They build up some confidence. You kind of just tap a toe on that sidewalk, move back. Confidence is still there because you just kind of dipped a toe in the water of the wind, and then you pull them back and build confidence again. You slowly build them up over a period of time.
Yeah.
It's not overnight though. It's definitely not overnight for a nervous dog.
Especially because you're getting the fair stuff. Really work and like, what is the dog good at? Sit, come, break, so just work that in the front yard, the driveway, and build up. Also get in your car, put your dog on a long lead, go to the park. That's how you're really going to build confidence. Dolce.
I got one.
I want to speed through some because people showed up.
I have a 10 to 11 week old German Shepherd. Or German Short-Haired Pointer. I only got GS. How do I stop the nipping? I try to redirect and he doesn't care. 10 to 11 week old sounds very standard for the breed.
Yeah, don't redirect.
Yeah, don't redirect. I'm curious how much training and how much exercise and how much mental stimulation, physical stimulation the dog's getting.
Versus affection.
Yes. Oh, I wouldn't be giving any affection for nipping.
Softness.
Because they probably don't want the pets at all. They probably just want to train and work. In my experience, they do at least. I'd be looking at a 10 to 15 minute training session minimum. And I might even be stacking that
with
after
play.
another 10 minutes of play.
Structured play.
Yeah. That's having a toy, sit, good if they can handle that. If they can't, they jump. Just kind of give a little bump with your leg.
11
and back
weeks
them
old,
off.
they can handle it.
Well, if they can't, they get a bump with the leg, and then they can.
Oh, I thought you meant handle the sit.
No. They'll handle the sit, but they're still going to want to jump at the toy. So when they do, I kind of just do a little bump. They back off. They sit. You're reinforcing your own spatial boundary to them, and then eventually break. Give them the toy. Tug, tug, tug. Teach that drop. You got to be able to lock in those elbows. Get them to let it go. Ask for that sit. Pause. And then give the toy back. That's I get a win first. You get a win right after by me giving you the toy back, but we want a little calm in between.
Double your exercise for 3 days and use all the meals for hand feeding. You can do like a chunk at a time. If you don't know what exercises to do, hop on YouTube. You'll find a ton. We have an online school that goes
10
over
to
them.
11 week old, that's online school. Check that out, guys.
Yeah, thepuppyacademy.com. And for 3 days, double what you're doing. pull the affection and put them on leash anytime they're out of crate. They should be dragging around a leash. And then that way, when they go to nip you, you can just do leash pressure up. And then they will probably start, like, by day 2 or 3, they will start backing up and sitting because of the extra work you're doing. You should have a treat pouch on you with just their kibble is fine. 24/7 if they're out of crate. So the new normal is on leash when supervised, of course, and the treat pouch, plus doubling your training and no affection for 3 days, and you will get over a hump, and then you can start to try to find a balance.
You know why she said 3 days, though? 3 days, because then you're going to keep building endurance. You're doing the 3 days to knock out that excess, but if you keep doing extra exercise for more than those 3 days, you build endurance. That's his new regular 30, 40 minutes of exercise. So cut it back down and equalize it with training. Balance.
Dolce Harley Mom says, I have a Bernedoodle. Are you against a collar with buzz, which I'm guessing is vibration or any sort of little jolt? I would only be against it with someone who just came on and like asked that flat question. I don't know age. I don't know if you're talking about like an electric fence, because those can be trained really effectively for Bernedoodles. Hunting dogs, I generally say no.
You can hire a trainer.
Yeah, so there's just so much. I have no idea what it's for. Is it for drive-based training, like fun drive-based training, or are you having behavioral issues? So there's just not enough info here. So I'm going to move on.
There's a lot of bad information all over the internet. People on the left side and the right side for e-collars being good or bad. In my opinion, if you don't hire a dog trainer to help you introduce it and you have no prior experience, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to be one of those people that says e-collars are bad by the end of that. Hire a dog trainer, learn, look up, research it, YouTube videos.
Yeah.
There are literally dog training programs that are online that just teach e-collar.
Yeah, I agree.
Research it.
Okay, Amy, we're going to squeeze in one more, mostly because this is frozen and I'm not getting any more. I'm not getting any more comments, and we're over time.
It really froze up.
It really did freeze, yeah. Amy Trinoski. Ooh, I got that right, didn't I, Amy? My 11-week-old Sheepadoodle is biting clothes, ankles, hands. I offer a toy, which is redirection, which we just talked about that. I try to remove myself, but it gets out of control. What can I do? So hopefully, Amy, you just heard what we gave advice to the German Shepherd over here. It is the same for you. Mm-hmm. There is also a 3-strike rule. Do you want to hit your 3-strike rule before we go? We'll end on your 3-strike rule.
Strike 1, say no. It's a pause. But it's a loud no, loud and firm. Freeze. Take a breath. And most of the time, your puppy's going to be like, because we're frozen. They're kind of matching us. And then you take a breath, and sometimes they kind of just balance out a little bit. I could take out some food, come, place, sit, good treat, break, release. Like, I can do some fun exercises. Most time, if your dog needs a no, they actually need an activity from you. They need a task. So you can help them by training, by putting a leash on them, or already having the leash already on.
Yeah.
Picking it up and tying it to your ankle. They just need some guidance. Strike 2, I get another no. That's usually if I get jumping, I get like some nipping at my clothes, chewing on something. I'll move in and I create spatial pressure. That's like me walking in, and with my legs, I'll bump and kind of take their space. So I'll walk in, eat up that space, and this is really uncomfortable for Bethany. She doesn't like me this close. She'll eventually get up and go sit on that chair. That is your dog being like, oh, mom's too close. Take a step back, maybe even give a sit. That's what we're looking for. That's your redirection. There is no strike 3. Strike 3 is we don't say no for it, because I don't want this to be a negative association. Take a breath. Wipe it off. Calmly pick up your dog. This is routine. Can't you guys tell? Calmly pick up your dog, walk into the crate, put them in there. It's not a negative association. Negative association is emotional. So if I'm happy, mad, sad, glad, angry, and I put them in the crate, they're going to latch onto that emotion. It's going to energize them in a good or negative way, but it's still going to be a negative result when they feel like jazzed, energized, and they're in the crate. It's calm and neutral to help them stay calm and neutral. They're already frustrated about having to go back to the crate, so we don't want to inject any emotion into it.
I did see that she did some follow-up. Did you want to read what that is?
Is it on my side?
8 weeks old, was putting in a trainer guy. Thank you.
What?
A trainer was going to do a vibration
At 8 weeks old?
or e-collar. Okay, so even if it's just a vibration collar on an 8-week-old,
That
No.
dog has to be ripping people apart. That's like a Malinois at 8 weeks old that literally is like tried to kill other dogs and people. There's
But
no reason for that.
no, I would
There's no reason for
I would
that.
still do a 2 to 4 week program of just structure, context, confidence building, of course, accountability before, and see how that landed through that
8 weeks
first
old.
stage before adding even
made
a,
my
even a
palms sweat.
vibration. But you
made
know
my
what?
palms sweat.
I don't do protection training. I don't do any of that. So if that's like kind of something that they're looking for in the future, I don't know, maybe that's a thing. I
Maybe
actually
it's a
don't know.
It could be its own program.
Yeah, I
but,
actually don't know. But anyway, okay,
what
so there's...
we don't put
We don't.
colors on dogs like that.
No.
Too young.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great
We gotta answer a nice one
day.
after that. Okay,
we don't get to. We're ending. 3 strike rule. And
3 strike rule is fun. That was funny at least.
that's because you love your 3 strike rule.
That's fun. You gotta make it fun for people to want to do it. Thanks for tuning into Ask a Puppy Trainer Show.
We hope you found some advice that you can use to help make puppyhood a little easier.
Don't forget to join us live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time on Instagram or TikTok at The Puppy Academy.
This is where you can get a chance to ask your burning questions in real time. And if you want even more puppy guidance, visit our website at thepuppyacademy.com for info on joining our online puppy school.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing to our podcast and leaving us a review.
These reviews let more people find us and supports us on our mission to help as many puppy parents as possible around the globe.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.